Walgreens Americans. Been shopping here for about 3 months and they haven't been being very kind to me here in Council Bluffs. Give me like that cold inbred fucking feeling when I shop in there. I'll be putting everybody on the net as baby rapers from now on if I even see a flinch around me in this town. I think the pigs might have got to them here and they feel like they can get away with that with me.
The Durham report. And like I said, I'm not really interested in that. I'm not interested in the report itself. I'm more interested in the reporting. Or in other words, people's responses to it. Like how voting has miraculously become legitimate to the same people who for 4 years has been saying that it's rigged. The Durham report just handed Trump the 2024 presidency. That's what I've been hearing. Right, but I thought that we were under Klaus Schwab in there. Right, that's what you've been saying for 4 years, that the shadow government is in control, not our United States Constitution. That Semper Fi, do or die attitude. I figured that before I finished talking shit about people who hold the line for their side no matter what, I figured that I'd let people know that I understand. Now, I said that I was going to unprivate a few videos, and I did that. These videos are citations and reminders. Let me run through a few of them and they'll be in the description box.
Optimus, what are my orders with these humans? Can I squish the bald guy?
They're in trouble.
This isn't our fight. I'm done being an underdog. Underdogs suck. I say they get what they deserve. What's the play, Prime?
It's time for reinforcements.
One of them is titled Gerrymandering Request. And this was before Biden was president.
He kinda looks like a baby. Come here, I'm gonna eat you! I'm bigger than
All the citations are in the description box. Now, in Gerrymandering Request, I said in an act of desperation, the DNC went out and got child toucher Joe. Say it again. In an act of desperation, the DNC went out and got child toucher Joe to try to beat Trump. I called him child toucher Joe. Click on the video and you'll hear those exact words. Also in that video, I mentioned the Transformers and the Dinobots, and how the Autobots, because they were getting their asses kicked by the Decepticons, they had to go out and awaken the Dinobots, whose leader was called Grimlock. And just like in the cartoons of the early 80s, you only go get the Dinobots in cases of emergency.
You've got to be kidding me. Well, we'll let Prime figure this one out.
Very wise.
There's no friggin' way I'm staying down here with them. No way. No.
And I used Grimlock from the Transformers to describe Joe Biden. Off the chain, uncontrollable, unpredictable, and untrustworthy. Yeah, I went to that extent in that video and talked about the Transformers. I did that. I went to that extent. Another one in the description box is titled Tim Black. There are two sides to every story, so tell them both.
That's all that happened.
I said in that video, Tim talked about Creepy Joe today, sneaking up behind children and rubbing on them. Now, Timmy, he didn't say that. I did. His name is Tim Black, but I call him Timmy. He was only talking down on Joe. I called him Creepy Joe in that video. Again, this was before Joe Biden was president, but I wanted him to win anyway. Another one I unprivated is titled COPPA Negroes. COPPA is the name of the ones who had aspirations to censor everybody under the guise and behind the cloak of protecting children. But they have no interest in protecting children. And if they do want to protect children, they have an even greater desire to just silence the opposition. But in the COPPA Negro video, again, I referred to Joe Biden's 95 crime bill as Child Toucher Joe's crime bill. Trump had to go, no matter what.
You watch and see, bitches. I'm gonna put this dog on the net as a baby raper, too. You fucking baby raper! You fucking baby raper!
Another one was titled God or Satan for the Black Children. In that video, I was reminding people of when I called Hillary Clinton an international warlord when she was running against Trump. But I wanted her to win anyway.
Just a minute, you guys. Where do you think
Politicians,
you're going?
I don't look at in the same ways as I look at normal people. In some ways, yes, they are normal people, of course. But overall, the business or occupation that they're in, the very nature of it is corruption. Corruption and nefarious activity is the nucleus of politics, especially long-term politicians. No way you'd be in office for a long time without a great accumulation of mountains of dirt.
Say! I'm looking for a gang of kids that are playing hooky from school. Have you seen them? No.
But they're who we have. They govern. What other choices are there?
It's time for reinforcements. Recognize one of your knights.
Now, why would I want a man to be chief executive of the United States, even though I saw him on numerous occasions straddling the fence along the lines of the Dalai Lama with his tongue out? The Dalai Lama had already crossed the line, but he didn't do the do. And Joe Biden been right there doing things that makes the accusations legitimate, or makes it legitimate to accuse him at least. But why would I want him anyway?
Aha! So
well, like I've said 1,000 times, Trump had to go, no matter what. So I understand conservatives, die hard, simplify, do or die mentality. And, you know, that's the mentality that they have when it comes to their party. I understand the simplified thing. I get it. But at what point do we say enough is enough? Right? Because when they let this thing out on us, it changed the game for me.
If this world must die, so be it.
At what point do we put our differences to the side and do that unite under a common cause thingy that I be hearing people say? They let the bug out and almost nothing is the same to me. I've mentioned a few times about how since they let the bug out, it flipped my worldview upside down. Not on everything, but a lot of things I just don't see the same no more. The things I said about Joe and wanted him anyway was before they let the bug out.
We'll do you last.
Now, what have I said about both the left and the right party? What have I said 1,000 times about the RNC and the DNC? I've said that both parties aim to have us in hell, with the difference being one party will get us there quicker than the other. I've been saying that for years, and here we are, about to burn from what it looks like right now.
You know what they were doing? They went in there and they took selfies with the cops. Oh, well, my gosh, that's just so fucking horrible, right? Oh, my God, that's just so fucking evil. They were taking selfies with the goddamn cops. That's just so fucking evil. Insurrection, my motherfucking ass. An insurrection is not when you sit there and take selfies with the police officers. That's not an insurrection, you fucking morons. Pull your head out of your goddamn ass. That is not an insurrection. Besides, if it's an insurrection, where's all the weapons?
I mean, I'm
Oh,
cool with
yeah.
people that broke stuff
Absolutely.
getting punished. I'm cool with that. But my
Yeah,
only thing
well,
is
that-
to
well, the people that
apply the
broke
law
shit-
equally. That's all I'm asking.
But see, the
I
thing
just
of it
want the
is, the
law
people
applied
that
equally.
broke, well, the people that broke shit though were Antifa and BLM.
I mean, I'm sure some of those
and you
people were
notice that
there.
every one of them
but
motherfuckers
come
got
on,
released.
Listen, be realistic. A lot of those people were gassed up. They did some shit they probably... Again, if you went in there and broke shit, you should be punished. Now, should you get
Absolutely.
20 years? No, that's crazy. You know, it's
No.
basically vandalizing public property, right? You shouldn't get 10 years in jail.
Well, here's the thing: the building shouldn't have been locked down anyway. It's a public building that we pay for, so it shouldn't have been locked in the first place. Now, I do agree that their offices should have been locked. I do agree with that, but you notice they didn't lock their offices. I wonder why.
Well, if you've been paying attention, a few days ago, a whole bunch of what people call Antifa went to Atlanta and burnt down some
The training center, COPPA training center.
Yeah, and they're all being charged as domestic terrorists, right? All of them.
Well, I
Now-
hope so.
Well, here's the problem. So now we're just going to call each other terrorists left and right. Every time someone every time someone with the Trump sticker gets into a fight, it's going to be terrorism.
Well, now wait a minute. If you're burning down,
that's what
buildings-
Listen.
Hold
This
on,
was
hold
the
on.
whole reason we were
Hold on
worried
now,
about
hold on now.
Obama and Bush putting all that language about terrorism and all
All right,
legislation.
hold on though. If
Agreed.
you're burning down buildings, yeah, you're a
They
fucking
weren't burning down
terrorist.
buildings, Vaughn. They were burning down like property, like
arson.
it was okay, but there was no one there. What I'm
I don't
saying
care,
is,
it's
you
still
can't charge
arson.
them as so they're terrorists because you don't like them.
It's called arson, dude. Arson
What
is
happened?
terrorism.
Whoa, back up. What happened?
Antifa went and burned down a bunch of buildings, and
No,
I
they did not
said,
burn down
that's
any
arson.
buildings.
That's-
That's
arson.
Say what you were saying, Vaughn.
I said Antifa went and burned down some buildings, and I said that's arson, and that is a
arson,
form
yeah.
of terror. That is a form
All right,
of
so
terror.
what are you saying?
It did burn down buildings. It burned down
listen, we're no one's mad here. We're just having a discussion. There's no need to like.
But you're
flip
talking
out.
over Vaughn, who's the host of the show, and that's disrespectful. So
Zoinks. There were people there though. That's the big issue. There was police being Molotov cocktailed while they were trying to shut the gates. So yeah, they're actually.
What are you saying that Antifa are wonderful people that don't hurt people? I mean,
Yeah, that's totally what I'm saying, dude. Completely. I'm not being like like what you just walked in here in the middle of something.
that's what I'm saying. I want to know what you were saying. So
I was saying that if we were going to start calling our political enemies terrorists just because we don't like them, that's a dangerous precedent to set.
burning down buildings is terrorism.
So okay, so is attacking the Capitol, John. And it's bullshit
No
that those
one
people are
attacked the
being
Capitol.
okay. So that's all bullshit. When I saw them breaking windows, that's all nonsense, right?
Yeah, those were Antifa members pretending to be Trump supporters.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. You are politicizing the judicial system, and it's going to end poorly for everyone involved. Not just.
Hold on, I'm the moderator of the show. Don't talk over me. Tucker Carlson actually gave us the real footage of the Capitol riots, and they were all peaceful people walking around having a good old time, not doing anything wrong. All right, so sorry about your problem there, bud.
Heard them defending the Capitol invasion. Blamed the rioting on Antifa and Black Lives Matter. And you heard the only voice of reason on the panel get shot down on every point he tried to make and got muted, then kicked off the panel. Vaughn and John didn't want to hear nothing that goes against their beloved Trump and the Republican Party. And I understand that. But it's go time. It's the fourth quarter, but we act like we're the Washington Generals playing against the Harlem Globetrotters.
Legendary warriors, the powers that created us now want us all extinguished. We must join forces, or else forever be their slaves. So today you stand with us, or you stand against me.
They let the bug out. Flip the earth upside down. That's why we're asking these days, what is a woman and can men get pregnant? But people are still behaving in the same way. Flipped upside down so much that do you know there's a real debate over if 2 + 2 really is 5? Don't believe me? Go search it. They're flipping everything on its head. But people are still acting like today is like yesterday, pre-COVID. say anything against their party, and the conservatives have an allergic reaction. But I understand. I do. But let me give you an example of why Trump had to go no matter what, and why people will side with the Democratic Party no matter how satanic it is.
The woman that died on the steps, I can't think of her name right offhand.
Didn't they claim that? Didn't the liberals claim that some cop died too, and then he's walking around?
They said a cop died, but I don't remember a cop dying.
There's no cop died. There's some cops
somebody had a stroke.
But they had nothing to do with. It had nothing to do with the.
Oh, he had a stroke.
What happened? Wendy was saying something. What happened?
Yeah, they were saying that some cop had a stroke because of all the stress and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're cops. You're going to be dealing with stress every day. So what the fuck?
I get it. I'm just telling you what I saw.
Right? I mean, that's it. You know, you're a cop. You're going to be dealing with stress every day.
Hi, Woody. How are you?
Good, Wendy. Don't say too much. John's going to ban you.
I didn't ban him. He can come back in if he wants to.
John, you won't ban me, will you?
Very good discussion.
Woody. Actually,
no. But the only thing I didn't like about Zoinks is he's playing the devil's advocate. Oh, you're gonna play.
Well, not only that, but Zoinks is probably one of my trolls. He sounds like one of my trolls.
He didn't sound like a troll at all. We were having a good conversation about the boys on the tracks, and I like what he was saying about the. I like what he was saying about the fact that you got to be careful because you start labeling each other terrorists all the time, then it's a slippery slope. And I was going to tell him that I agree. I think this all started with when we Bull Clinton in his impeachment.
Right.
Hey, what's going on, Philly Joe?
Yo, what's going on, John? What's up, Vaughn? How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up?
What I just heard from that guy was that people burning down buildings is not a crime to burn down buildings. I mean, come on, my man.
That's what I was hearing.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing too.
That's about as dumb. Antifa is a terrorist group, 100%.
I agree. Terrorist organization.
So,
they're as much a terrorist group as the crazy ass 1% white nationalist. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%.
You know the funny thing about it, though? You know the funny thing people bring up? You know, I was reading an MSNBC headline, and they were talking about the Klan and white nationalists. You know, it's a funny thing that the Klan ain't going around doing anything anymore. You know, I don't see the Klan. I don't see fucking
no Klan anymore.
There's no Klan.
You know what? Hold on, let me finish my fucking point, guys. But you know who I do see walking down the block doing things wrong? Antifa and BLM, burning down shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny how they always want to blame other people. Then I saw a news article where a guy that looked like Jorge, he was claiming that he did like a hate crime on a Chinese person. They blame it on the white people.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you talking about?
How does that even fucking work? A black man beats the shit out of an Asian guy, but they're going to blame white folk for it? How the fuck does that even work?
It's systemic racism.
The Klan is still around, but it's so ridiculously backward, and it's literally nothing more than a bunch of guys drinking beer now.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Even pretends that the Klan doesn't exist.
And repeat after
That's a mindset that's commonplace on the right, though.
Trump, do solemnly swear.
Trump had to go. And I have no regrets about me doing all that championing for Joe Biden and the DNC. I don't regret none of it.
Bitch, get into it, ho. Get the fuck into it. Get into it. Kiss my ass, bitch. Okay, this what you can do for me.
But the moment Trump was out, I've been on the attack of the DNC, haven't I? Yes, of course I have, because when Trump was gone, it was mission accomplished.
Way.
Only together can we survive! Let me lead you!
Oh no.
I was expecting a giant call.
Come here! We're giving you freedom!